That's fucking Giant Stadium. You hear that shit, right? That's the fucking halftime of the football game, FIFA. And my phone rang early that they needed people for the call. They needed stagehands for the halftime show, apparently. I really thought that was somebody's party. I thought that was somebody's house party next door. I'm like, wow, they've been playing music for a long time. Whoever's singing, it's not a real band. They're playing different songs of different music. See? Really, really want, really, really, really want. That's not Gwen Stefani on that stage. I know that. Wow. I could feel the bass here. Route 3 is between the stadium and here. God damn. Damn. I never noticed how loud it was when I work, when I do gigs. I guess that's why I hear all the time. Being 10 feet away from the monitors probably doesn't help. Oh, no, that's not Gwen Stefani. Who's that? Black Eyed Peas. That's who that's supposed to be, right? Oh, Scotty, cheers. Dr. T was really good. I'm bugging on this. I guess FIFA, the football show, they're doing it here in Giant Stadium, MetLife Stadium. And I thought it was somebody's backyard party. I really thought that was somebody's party. I'm like, damn, they've been going for a while. And I came outside and I remembered. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the fucking stadium. Wow. I don't want to hear nobody bitching about my music this summer. Oh, that's funny. Um, dude, I got I got so much fucking weed. It's retarded. It's crazy. I'll show you. That just finished. This finished with a bunch, 6 rolls full of hella jelly. The 2 hella jellies that I let die on the vine. I took so long to harvest them that they turned brown. They essentially cannibalized themselves, sitting in the dark and not getting paid, not getting eaten for not getting fed for 2 days. Yeah. So bug out. I'll show you what I got. So far we've got that's the brown hella jelly. I'm keeping it separate because one was canatrolled and one was hung. So I'm not gonna lie, the canatrol looks phenomenally better than I'll take it out and burp it in a second. That's trim. This is the only daydreamer we had. A little bit of daydreamer, probably a little less than 2 ounces. Like it's more than an ounce, but not 2 ounces. And then I got a shitload of hella jelly, dude. I got this. I got this, right? And then I got the thing that's full, the thing that just finished, that. And then I got 5 of these full of branches downstairs. I got it in the tent. Like I didn't seal them because I don't want to have a problem opening them, so I didn't snap it closed. But they're food grade buckets, and they're already dry and perfect. So I don't want them to keep drying, so I put them in there. But they're still in a cool place, so that way I could take my time to trim and I go slower. Because I am slow as fuck apparently, and that's it. I mean, I filled I filled 2 jars. No bullshit. Let me sit the fuck down. I filled 2 jars for sure because I left them three, like one third. All right, how you say? Um, I left space so it could breathe. I left the top third. So like if you split into threes, I left that top space to like expel the air or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. So I can have room to move and shit. So we're still doing this. Is gonna get finished. But Jackie helped trim. She helped me today. That's why I'm a little bit more. Up to now, I only had one brown, one, and that little bit of daydreamer. So Jackie did a lot. She got to work today. God bless her. Let me bring it over there. Show you guys. I gotta burp it anyway. I'll turn on the light. And I was just gonna empty the trays and put them in this sea vault thing because it's big enough to hold it, and it's not trimmed yet. So I don't want to put them in the mason jars. I'm actually running out of jars. I only had 6 of them, and I'm running out. So I found these little ones. They're like dark, like to block the light. They're about half the size of those, but I'm gonna have to use what I have. I gotta use what I got. But bug out. Damn, it's windy. I was gonna dump it on the table, but yeah, that's not gonna work. Look, the wind is really windy. I'm gonna put it on the table. It's gonna hit super wind, but I could dump it. I could do something. Figure it out. All right. Yeah, green jelly, green jelly. Yes, I wrote on it with an acrylic marker because I had no tape. I just wrote green on it because, like I said, 2 of them turned brown, waiting for me to get to them. Poor babies. But it smelled. It surprisingly, I went in the room and I smelled death, like they were dying on the vine. The familiar hint of ammonia, green, like I did bad. I was like, oh no. I fed it tap water. I didn't know what else to do. I'm like, it looks dry. Maybe she wants wetness. Whatever. I gave it water and I saw the green. I saw like 20 minutes. I saw the green coming through the brown, like, at the bud sites. I kind of like, oh, okay. She was rehydrating, I guess, or whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's not totally dead on the vine. So I took them down as quick as I could. And I hung one immediately. And the V cure, this, not the V, the Canatrol had just finished. So I filled up the 6 racks with it. And hold up. Let's see. Let's be nosy. 65%. That's a little high, no? Should be 62 and between 58 and 62. It says 65. It's not good. I should probably let this bitch air out. Ooh, let's be nosy. Wow, it's so soft. This shit is awesome. I love it. I don't need no Bovita packs or anything. I took them out of everything so that I don't need it. I don't want to taint it. I don't want to fuck it up. Just try to find something that's decent because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get too many big ones. I fucking when I opened the sea vault, the Canatrol to empty out the trays, that top tray was full of big colas. I'm like, damn, that would have been a perfect video. Me walking to Jackie and emptying the tray. But the phone was downstairs. It was just not. It was the moment. I couldn't go get it. But yeah. Wow, all the big ones at the bottom. That's not good. Yeah, see, bigger nuggets. Hold up, I'll show you guys in a second. Oh, see, bigger nuggets. They're like golf balls. The biggest ones I got. That's why I want to lollipop them higher. I hope it doesn't cut the yield because there's a lot. When I weigh all this, dude, each of those 3-gallon pots by eye between a half a pound and 3/4 of a pound each. Each three-gallon pot. I had 6 of them, dude. I got about 3 ounces from every 1 gallon easily. I'm being conservative. I would say like 100 grams. It was probably like 120. It was probably closer to a quarter pound per 1 gallon. I'm killing it. I'm killing it with the weight, but it's not. They're little. It's a bunch of little bullshit. Not too many nice He-Man ones. Let me try to separate them so you guys can see. Let me see. I'm looking at you and you're not seeing shit. Um, yeah, see, look. This one's a little tuna, little guy. Let's try to get the bigger ones. Let me see what I can find. They're okay, but they're not. I see, like I said, I see other people's grows, and I'm like, wow, they lose all the water weight, and they're still huge. They're like big. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so clearly you know, I'm missing it somewhere. I'm getting good quality. That's great. You know, shit, I love it that it's only my fifth grow and it's better than any fucking weed out here. Yeah, I kind of love that. That's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. They was at the party, people lit up, and I gave my man Keith to lace up a joint, and little jelly. And the minute he lit it, 18 motherfuckers like, what's that? Where you got that from? When mm-hmm. No, you can't buy none. No, come on, I ate. Nope, not even an eighth. Here you go. Here's a bud. Here's a bud on your way home. Have fun. No. No, I ain't selling you none, motherfucker. I grow meds for the fam, bro. I grow meds for the fam. If I sold any, I'm shorting my aunt or my girl, my son's mom, or myself, because I got PTSD, so I grow for me. I grow, you know what I mean? I kind of fucked up in the head, so I kind of grow for me too. My bad, my bad. But yeah, there's some good ends. We're gonna do our best. Let's try to separate. Um, let's try to get some bigger nugs. I love how soft it is. I love that the quality's good, but a lot of littles. The fuck is this? Now, if I grab 50 of these, yeah, I got whatever, half an ounce or some shit. But essentially, I'd rather not grow this. Luckily, I make a lot of butter and tincture. So, I could definitely put it to good use. So that's great. I start with the trim always, because it's just trim and it's a good thing to do concentrates with. I got to get my FICO thing in action, get $150 distiller, 150 bucks. Um, and then got to get the food grade alcohol. But I know that'll take up the medical level of it to another level. So, I know I got to do that because it's kind of being wasteful. Every ounce I use to make butter or tincture, I could be making FICO. So, it behooves me to get that one. Little flower. I leave these on because I don't know. They got trichomes on them, and I don't know. I should probably take them off. I put my nose close to it, and I can smell the chlorophyll. Probably not great. Probably not good to keep on. It's like a shield, a little bit for the bud. But you take it off, the shit gets smaller. I mean, it goes without saying. You're taking off a layer of fucking bud of the bud, so it's gonna get smaller. But let's be for real, ID. Come on, take off the fucking fan leaves and show us what you got. Oh, my little guy. It's still got that's still fan leaves right on it. Damn, bitch, what you even got under there? I'm scared of you. Yeah, nah, I'll use all that. I'll cut that all up and put it in, when I trim that, it'll be part of the trim and I'll get all those trikes. Shit, where is it? A 25-gallon garbage can full of all the fan leaves and stuff in it. When I finish, I'll put it on this. Like I'll put two handfuls in here and I'll sift it, quick, just two or three rubs, and then I'll throw it away. And this keef thing, the keef catcher, dude, it'll be crazy. Crazy. I emptied it out and I had to give it away. I had so much fucking keef. It's fucking crazy. Probably had like an ounce of keef alone, just powder. Like, what the fuck? I tried to press it live one time, but I guess I was holding on to it too long and it didn't have moisture in it. You know, keef from 18 months ago, probably not going to give you much rosin back, but it beefs up a joint really fucking good. I'll tell you that much. Like I said, people right away that what's that? Spidey senses going off. Motherfuckers is like, yo, what's that? The time I gave the half a joint of hella jelly to the low life that he took the train home or whatever. He's like, yo, what the fuck? All capital letters the next day on Instagram. Hit me in the DM. Yo, what the fuck was that? Yo, the whole train was lit. I'm like, and it was half a joint that I already had burned. I just gave him what was left or whatever. Um, yeah, it was in my cigarette box. And yeah, he was probably the second person other than my patients that tasted it, and I got a good feedback. The first one was, a fellow project uh, citizen, who was my friend. I've known him all my life. And he was slumped after like the second blunt. He was just quiet, and I could tell. So I just wanted to test him. Yo, how is it? How you like it, whatever. He's like, yo, I'm cooked. Whatever his answer was, um, thumbs up. And that was I don't know, my third grow. That was jelly. That was hella jelly the first time. Hella jelly's really fucking good. It might be just the weed. It might be that it's just good weed, and whatever. But I did do Paradise Surprise, and I got the orange brine in my throat, right behind my nose, like 5 minutes after we smoked. It was all the brine of the orange when you peel it. You know, yeah, I never experienced that from any weed. Not even $85 an eighth Tenco weed. Did not experience that. So kind of dope, like, again, that was my second ever grow, that the Paradise Surprise. Yeah, man, this is dope. I love it. I didn't think I was gonna like it this much, growing the material. I thought that I'm just gonna grow weed and I'll have a lot of weed, and then I could crush it and wash it and do all this stuff, but I became enamored with the process. So I guess just sitting with them, watering them, playing my music, talking to them, bouncing my ideas off them. I don't know. It somehow made me calmer, made me understand stuff that have nothing to do with growing, oddly enough. But yeah, this is where we're at. Ooh, I never burped the other one. Gotta burp. Dude, they haven't even really cured. There's no days of curing. This is 24 hours in this bottle. And they already smell so good. I'm not gonna lie, the ones that turn brown, they smell better. They smell like they already been cured a little. They got like a pink pepper on it. Like what comes out after 10 to 30 days of curing is already on the two brown ones. No matter what, the Canatrol one and the one I hung. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to bro science it. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea why, but I got lucky. And we got some good my girl calls it pink pepper. I never heard of pink pepper, but pepper covers it. There's like a peppery on it. It's definitely there. More pronounced on it. Yeah, these don't have it. The green one don't have it. So that's weird. Weird. You know what I'm saying? Who knows when you smoke though? Maybe it'll be on it. I don't really know. Get a lot of candy and more fuel than it used to have. That one that I vegged out for 5 weeks, it wasn't this gassy, and it definitely didn't have no pepper on it. There's like a hint of it, but it's very pronounced on the brown one. It's just you smell it right away. You smell gas and pepper. Like it's like weird. It's like where's the fucking candy? And then but when you crack the jar, the sweetness hits you first. It's like they was over there, Jackie was over there, and I cracked it, and she was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that?" So you know, and at that, I don't know what I was listening to, but somebody has said, the shit should be loud when you crack a thing. Oh, I think I was watching I don't know, P pigeon something with P T with P or some shit. I don't know. He was just talking like as he does. It's his fucking talk show, and he was saying, "Wow, that shit is sweet. It's like a sweet, it's very sweet." He had said, something to the effect of if you don't open the shit and it boom, you probably got mids, like you probably, And I know people probably talk shit about the guy. I don't know him, but I know this community. So anybody with hundreds of thousands of followers, and clearly, I can find a whole subsect of people on YouTube that probably hate that guy, and will point out how shitty his girls are or whatever. I have no idea. But I don't get into the minutia of the beefs. I really just want to try to I look at motherfuckers like today. Like I had told Dr. T probably a week ago, a few days ago, about I see your shit hanging and the littlest nugget, the one at the bottom of the row, is bigger than my biggest nugget. So I'm like, you gotta, I would love, for you, like your technique or something like that, right? Then I'm putting more thought into it. I'm like, well, he grows different. I do cocoa, I do salts. Who knows if he's living? So I don't know. Right? I'm like, okay, well, so I can't really do that because I'm not gonna use dirt, not anytime soon. Um, it's good. It's going good for me with this salt shit. I like it. It's quick. When there's a problem, I could fix it quick. I like that control. I like it. You know. And I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like meds look better in living soil though, which is why I'm reading the worm book. And I just ordered the bin, the tumble bin. You put it on one side, and I guess you always open the A side and then you tumble it or something. They said for every handful of like garbage or whatever, you got to put two handfuls of cardboard or paper bag or something. It's like the carbon rule, 2-to-1 ratio or something like that. I'm reading, you know. Shout out to fuck busts my balls about reading because I don't like reading. Oh, Cheddar Bob. He always has to say, read the booklet, ID. Stop asking motherfuckers how to use your freeze dryer and just read the fucking instructions. Oh, he's funny, but it's true. He's right. He's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I've been reading the Worms Eat My Garbage book and, just trying to get my proverbial learn on. Yeah, I'm not going to dump this one. They're nice ones. Like I said, they're a bunch of mediums, bunch of golf balls. That's it. The best I got is golf ball. There were some peaches, plums, maybe an apple size before the water weight. But yeah, once they lost the water weight, se acabó el party. It's all good. I'm learning. I'm going to get there. But it looks great, smells great. It's so soft. It's so sticky. I don't get no fucking trees like this from nowhere. My boys who get it straight off, who get it very fresh, very new when it lands in New York, regardless of where it's coming from. Regardless of where it's coming from. And it's still not this good. It's still not this soft and fresh. There's no way. I've never, ever, ever. And I used to hustle for motherfuckers. I'm talking about getting shit off the boat. Was it this soft? Still not this soft. That's insane. That's insane. Because again, I essentially don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I followed a video once and I grew some fucking trees and it worked. You know, uh, I did the autoflower of wedding cake. I love growing marijuana. Shout out to them. And it said easy to grow, like I don't know, basically good for beginners kind of deal. And I'm like, all right, I could fuck with it. I went on Reddit. That's my first grow. I was on Reddit. And them motherfuckers, they cold blooded, but they will tell why they dissing the shit out of you. They will tell you exactly what you're doing wrong and how to fix it. So I can't lie. I stood there the whole row. So that, but they don't care that I'm new. They don't care. You could preface everything, put big ass star, new grower. They skip that. They don't give a fuck if you're new or not. Motherfucker, you up here and you showing stuff, or you gonna catch the fucking wrath. Like, okay, I guess I am. But yeah, like I said, even like I didn't know how to differentiate. I didn't know how to call it flour or veg. I didn't know. I'm like counting all these days and stuff. So I'm like, whatever I said, day so and so veg. And first comment, this stupid fucking asshole doesn't even know he's in the second week of flower. And then more, nah, that's clearly week 3. Then look at this. But they're arguing about how far into flower I already am. So then that made me realize, oh shit, I'm not in veg, I'm in flower. And it taught me how to count and how to call things the right way. Because again, saying new before anything didn't mean shit. They don't take that into account. They don't give a fuck. But it is what it is. And when I finished to grow, I was getting to the drying phase. And I was on Instagram too. And everybody has feedback. Dude, I had kids I grew up with, in Jersey City. My man in California, he been doing it, since 2012. I'm gonna hook you up with him, so that he could tell you what you gotta do. I already knew about 60 and 60. I watched all the videos and shit. Not that you even need 60. As long as you've essentially, in my experience, as long as I dry it under 72 degrees, like 68, 65 to 68 degrees, and it's around 60% humidity, between 50 and 60, 7 to 10 days, primo fucking bud. Primo bud. Even the fucking seeded weed, even that daydreamer, this shit was complex. It was like a sweet flower fruit cup. Like I think it's a fruit cup more, but with like a mentally, like a pine on it. You know what I'm saying? And after 42 days of in the jar, it turned to cheese. Like a funky cheese. Like, dude, off of weeded seed. I never smoked weed with seed the weed that smelled that good. Like I never do that shit. So again, it's probably the genetics. I'm fucking with big emerald triangle heavyweights, and that's what's up. Cause that's all they said in the beginning in Reddit. Genetics matters. The genetics. I love growing marijuana. I don't know about no I love growing marijuana. You need Mephisto. You need this. Everybody tell me what I needed. You know what I'm saying? But what I needed was to get the bug, to actually try. And I overwatered my first week in the cup, and they got so soggy that they didn't get dried out until I had put them to 5 gallons, and then I saw them recuperate. I saw that they're not as sad. They kind of bounced back. They were living normal. And then I had a dry medium that needed watering. I didn't want to fuck it up again. So I would feed them once a week for 3 5-gallon pots. I made 4 gallons of water, reverse osmosis water with the stuff. And all I did was pH it. I didn't even check the ppms. And we got 220 grams from those 3 5-gallon pots. Now, two of them, I feel like I failed. It had the chlorophyll on it. It had that smell. But one of them, number one, remarkably, was 82 grams from that one, and it was awesome. It smelled normal, like trees. I did it. Jackie would smoke it, and she'd be like tipsy. Like when you drink and you get happy at first, because drinking is a depressant. But not everybody's a sad drunk. There's happy drunks, shit like that. But when you're tipsy, you're usually more energetic. You first start. That's the only thing I could equate it to, especially with her. Every time she smoked that shit, she got giddy. Like if she was drinking, like whatever. I'm like, she can't wait till I grow it again. She loved it. To her, it was the best one I ever grew. You know, whatever. I also she would smoke 7 blunts of that and to go to sleep. But when the hella jelly, she rolled 7 blunts, but at 2 blunts she was knocked out. So you know, she could say it was better. She could say that she enjoyed it more. But from what I could see with my eyes, the medical effect, you know, yeah, I think she's had better than that one. We've only had Paradise Surprise, Hella Jelly, Daydreamer, and Dawn Patrol. Other than that, Auto. But they were all feminized. So we up to regulars now. And it's Huckleberry Hill. It's still from the same farm. Figured if my first experience with the feminized was so good, because that was like a change in my life, dude. I started in the apartment. I finished in the apartment, but I had got a house by the end. And I was already 3 years clean, but I didn't have a purpose. I didn't really have direction, you know. Jackie had already stage 2 lymphoma. They already like diagnosed her the October before. Like I said, I didn't start growing for the med part. I thought I was growing just to play with bubble hash and making rosin and stuff like that. Um, but life is weird, you know. Life was weird. As I'm growing, um, it dawned on my aunt. She was first to notice. She's like, "Yo, you growing it? Like instead of buying it, you're saying you could just keep growing for us. Like grow me on the mount and blah blah blah." It just put the bug in my head. Like, oh, once Paradise Surprise, the second grow was a feminized. Once I did it right, once it came out citrus terps only on day 5 of drying, I cracked the tent and I ain't smelled nothing bad. All I smelled was citrus, which is weird because it wasn't like that when it was grown. It was like a vanilla creamy spice. It was it was different than anything I ever smelled growing, trees. And we smoked it so fast that I don't know. We used it so fast that I don't know what it would have metamorphosized into, with the curing stuff. Because I'm gonna tell you that Daydreamer changed. It was a sweet fruit cup menthol until it was a cheese funky crazy. The same fucking weed. 42 days after being in this jar. So and now we have almost 2 ounces of it unseeded. I can't wait to see what that's like. I could only imagine. So yeah, we got some golf balls, a few little ones. So these are. I just found one larfy one to show. Yeah, it's like airy. It's weird because it doesn't look like the same plant. Jackie probably made. Look, here's a great example. Look, it's like air. Like you could kind of. That's the bud itself. Okay, let's get to the. Maybe it's airy because it's five different little buds stuck together. Adi, Gra- try grabbing one that's just one. Okay. Yeah, look, I have to. We have all these little things to make. That's what I don't want to do in future. I'd love them to. That this is the smallest one I have. That'd be great. That'd be great. Like that's what I'm aiming for. So higher lollipops, stripping bare up to like the top third of the plant. Cause I'm taking the top third of, and when I was going so slow, I was only taking the top third of the plant because it was like the best. So I could bottle up the best part of it. And I'm like, dude, imagine if that's all I grew. Like if the only thing I left was the top third. Damn, they'd probably be really fucking big. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's other levels to it because if they get so big, they could get rotten from the inside out, and who the fuck knows. But I ain't trying. I doubt I'll be making 6-inch wide colas on my first fucking try. So, there's levels to it. I'm sure, little by little, right? Rome wasn't built in a day and all that shit. But this is where we're at. Wow, it smells really good. And this was hung dry. This was hung. This is not Canatrol. Preliminary, having used the Canatrol twice already for two different runs in the same, whatever. Two different flavors, three different flavors. I did Dawn Patrol, Daydreamer, and Hella Jelly. I gotta move faster. The Daydreamer, I took so long. I took about 17 hours bucking that plan and doing things. I was doing a lot of things. And sitting in there, even though it's you know, nice degrees and all that, comfortable, it was still wet bud. It's just sitting there. So it got like the shitty smell, like, that kind of ammonia-y smell. Um, Bug out though. On this in the same run, in the same dry, I had another. I saved some Dawn Patrol, the best tops. I saved them because they look so pretty. Some of the green and some of the purple. And I have since. It was the best. It was the best. It was the best. I'm trying to tell you. After 4 days of drying, I did the default. After 4 days of drying and 4 days of curing in this, um, the Daydreamer had a light hint of the ammonia, which I've since burped out. It's probably 4 to 7 days ago already, and by the second day, it was so faint. So thank God for small favors that I didn't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's good on that. But the Dawn Patrol, dude, and it may happen in the same run. In the same run that I had a rack full of old wet weed, weed that was sitting around almost 24 hours. Um, I dried and cured on one rack that batch with another batch of Dawn Patrol that I cut down and had in there drying already in an hour and a half from when I chopped it down. So I already know when I chop them down, 1.5 to 2 hours the most. It already has to be in here in a rack. And I don't want to open the door because it's gonna change the humidity in there. But I can show you what's left. There's three of them left, three racks. Bug out. Let me so I can see what you see. All right, 1, 2, 3. See? Oh, some big ones in the bottom. I see you, girls. I see you. Yeah, not too shabby. Yeah, see, we got three of them, and yeah, dude, I emptied three racks. Right, two racks already filled this thing up 2/3 of the way. So yeah, I ran out of mason jars real quick. And I know that holds a quarter pound. I know because, like I said, I used to hustle for motherfuckers. So I know a quarter pound fits in the mason jar, comfortably. Um, so when it's like that, with 1/3 of it here, it's roughly about 3 zips. I find that to be the case, So I count it like that when I fill up a jar, just quick count because I do have a scale and I will weigh it. But just so I could kind of eyeball what I got, it's definitely the most harvest I've ever harvested ever, ever. But I only did it 5 times, so you know we'll get there. We'll get there little by little, right? But wow, it's 82% humidity in this room. Holy shit. Yeah, I should probably put this away. Supposed to exchange air so less humidity. Probably not great. It was raining. All right, bet. So yeah, I already fed the girls are in flower upstairs. Day 4 of flower. For them, we got 2 5-gallon daydreamers, 4 3-gallon Dawn Patrol, and I got 2 little 1-gallon Hella Jellies for some bubble hash. When this is done, when I finally get everything emptied and trimmed and stuff and in jars, and I bring the meds to my aunt and everybody knows what they have, I could build my artificial cold room. I could finally start washing. See in the background, it always stays there to remind me, get to work, motherfucker. Get to work. So I gotta build the 5x5 in the garage. And I don't need the AC no more to dry nothing because there's nothing to do. So I could put the AC to make it cold. The ducting hole where it comes out of, I got a table that I bought. I had to buy another table because I gotta use it. But it's a little table that'll hold up the weight of that. And it's high enough that you could dump and nothing has to get raised or lowered. It's like a perfect height. I'll put that table right in front of the hole where the ducting comes out of the cold air. That thing kept ice cubes in it for 10 hours straight, not melting, no drippage out the front. So clearly it keeps it good cold. In a room that was 68 degrees. So I would imagine getting it to 50 degrees, it's going to be a good thing. I could put a chair in there, a little light on the other corner of it. I could run a hose from the backyard through the another ducting. We got Sonic close, what I'm saying? So I get the less surface area ice, I'm more familiar and I got a lot more material. I got like 5-gallon freezer bags full of material. It's all Hella Jelly and Dawn Patrol. Let's fucking play. Um, the jelly is a 3 to 5% washer, and the Dawn Patrol is supposedly a 6% washer. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver. We'll put it to the test, right? But yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day. I just gotta work faster. I'm not gonna lie. People the trim gel, it's not that it's boring and tedious. I don't know. I like conversing with my plants while they're alive. Like, where they still plugged in when they not chopped down. I don't know. I enjoy that side of it very much so. Like everything, seedling, vegetation, flower. I like that part of it. I'm not a big fan of when which is weird because I'm happy on harvest day. I'm like, okay, yay, it's finished or whatever. But I don't know. Once I start chopping down and I start, whatever, I'm already like, don't I gotta feed a plant? Or so, like I already want to be done. I don't like, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. So the family has promised that the next harvest they will help me because I'm just slow. I'm slow because I get sidetracked easy because I don't like it. I'm not enjoying myself. Little guy, little baby, little baby. Oh my god. Just want to get better. Just want to make like the prettiest bud I ever seen. And like those purple ones that were senescing bright purple with a mustard green on the tips and all that. All that. The ones who turn orange. Like it wasn't like just a yellow fade on the leaf. Like they were like changing colors. It looked like upstate New York, especially that middle row. All that Dawn Patrol and the One Day Dreamer and the three little hella jellies. It's weird. I think because I vegged out the 3 gallons, the big ones, for 16 weeks, they could have just went longer. It wasn't time for them, even though whatever trichome was 3% amber, whatever the fuck it was, they could have went more. Like perfect example, the Daydreamer, she was done on day 48, finished. If I would have, you know, I flush because I was taught by these New York motherfuckers that when you grow with salt, the shit tastes nasty when you chop it down. That's why they don't use neem oil either. You know what I'm saying? So they like if you don't push out all that salt buildup in there, it's gonna taste nasty. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? Water to 20% overrun for 7 to 10 days straight with the flawless finish because it has something in it, a Chilean, I don't know the word, the actual chilites. They're a chemical that binds to the salt, so it strips it down. So that's why like the first day it'll be like brown sludge, and that's the next 2 days it'll be like purple, dark. Um, and then for 2 days it'll be like light pink, you know. And then about the seventh day it'll be clear. I'll do 3 more days of clear, like literally clear. The same plant that was giving me brown overrun by day 7 is coming out white, whiter than when I put like white clear. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know about the ppms. I have no idea. I started checking the ppms, but then I was pouring them all different plants into one bucket, so that wouldn't have been accurate. You know what I'm saying? But it was 4,400 to 2,200 to 1,700 to 1,430 or some shit. Or, once it started getting under 1,000 by like day 5 or something, I'm like, okay, it's going in the right direction. I think we're good. And but yeah, I was like I said, I was mixing all the reservoirs that catch the water under. That's why I feed so slow. I go from a 64-ounce pitcher to 500 milliliter to a 60 milliliter cup, and I feed them gallons of water, 60 milliliters at a time. I'm a crazy person. I go in a circle, I do crisscross, I do, so that everything gets saturated, the whole thing. Because the first time when I started, I would pour fast. I would just pour it, and it would go right through. I saw it come out the bottom fast. Like I'm like, there's no fucking way you soaked up all that water. And once I started coming out the sides one time, I'm like, oh, I know, like no, I got to go slower. I got to go slow. So and I like it. I play music, gives me peace. That's my little sanctuary moment. I kind of chill and build with my little buddies. My son, he just crept against the wall like a fucking Navy SEAL right now. God forbid you saw him in the background, because guess for whatever reason he can't be seen. He's killing. He's weird. He told me one day back when I started coming on YouTube a lot, like I don't know, a week or two into it, he came to my room one morning. He's like, "Yo, you doing your thing with this YouTube? I see you." He's like, "That's what's up, man. Keep going." Because he's known me a long time. I have a tendency not to finish what I start. That's, I mean, it's facts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, I do a lot of things at the union. I go to when I go, they call me today for work for that show call for that fucking halftime show. I get 8 guys, 4 for stage right, 4 for stage left. I get a little walkie-talkie. I essentially don't do much. You know what I'm saying? Like but when my job's done, I gotta do more work because I'm capable. I could do lighting, I could do carpentry. I've done a lot of things. I've done rigging. I was 150 feet one time working for 8 hours with a dude named Ugly. Shout out to local one. Shout out to New York and all that. But I did halftime at the game 3 of the basketball. The Nets were playing somebody before they went to Brooklyn. Could have been Brooklyn. I don't know. But it was here. It was in Jersey, the game. They played the Spurs. I know that. And it was halftime. It felt like the gym in school. That's how I felt when I was on the floor with like stars and all this shit. It felt like I was in Ferris, like I was in school. Like, I'm like, wow, it don't seem as larger than life, when you're out, when you're there at the moment. I've been side and Jets games too, at Giants games, and it's the same shit. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm back in high school. It just has a certain feel. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know where I was going with that. You know, I've worn a lot of hats, is my point. Yeah, I've built cable. I used to quality control fucking like Akai sound systems and synthesizers and shit. QC and microphones, Molt, Ethercon cable. Like I knew how to build shit that I fuck school. Like cause the motherfuckers back there in tech land, cause cable land and tech land is two different worlds. So I used to cut raw stock. So I would bring it to motherfuckers. I see them building it, you know. Like, okay. I can't not notice that, white goes to silver and black goes to gold. It's not that hard. And you ground it, right? So first time motherfuckers absent, nobody's in cable land. Damn, we need I said, oh, I'll build that for you. You know how to build that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. How many you need? I needed 7, 10 foot, whatever. Yeah, I got you. No problem. And I used to work at cable, I had to clean the cable. So I knew where the raw stock was. So not only could I do both jobs, I could cut the raw stock and then go and build the bitch, right? After I did that first day, they gave me a desk at Cable Line. And little by little, they gave me a desk in every department until I became a show captain. And then I was a glorified gopher doing the project manager's job. ah, I love Mass Sound though. Shout out to Jeff Sharon. He's a good guy. Dude, I was shitting on him one day and he just take on over the company. Talk about dummy moves. You want a premiere episode of Dummy Moves? I was working at probably a month at Mask Sound, right? And apparently the father was handing it over to his two sons. I don't even know who the owner was, let alone his fucking sons. So I'm working, and this pencil neck motherfucker is sitting there. He's just sitting there. He not on a laptop. He not trying to do nothing. And I'm like working, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay busy work. Cause they sent me with this guy to an empty warehouse where they was buying up these warehouses to house all their equipment. Cause they do like 80% of the shows on Broadway. After like 20, I didn't even let it go an hour. I start talking shit. Yo, real talk. If I was the owner, yo, I would have been fired your ass. I start with little comment, then little, and then I just he. It's funny. He goes, "Oh, really? Like, what do you know about the owner? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, should I worry or something like that?" And I'm like, "I don't know the owner. The fuck do I know? I just started working like a month ago. I'm just saying, I wouldn't. I know what I get paid, and you look like you got an office somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, at least act like you fucking should be earning your check. You know what I'm saying? I did this all day, and he let me. He never corrected me. Lunchtime comes, I come back. He's still not, I don't know. So I'm still talking shit. 3 o'clock break comes. I go outside, old school guy, the guy who like trained me. Um, Old guy, he was like an army ranger, had the longest shot, 100,000 miles, all this shit. Real Gibbs kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? No nonsense, stoic, brown on his white beard from all the coffee he drinks because that motherfucker was like 80 years old, but on every fucking job. Like 18-hour work days. This motherfucker was a beast. Salute to Pappy, Frank Picaro. I heard he passed away. You know, God rest your soul, big dog. You was definitely one of a kind. But he comes and he's like, he's like, how's it going? You know what I'm saying? He just drove by. He just checking up on me. Cause I was new. I didn't even make 90 days yet. I'm like, yo, it's chill. I'm outside smoking a cigarette. I'm like, yo, it's chill, but what's up with this guy? Yo, this motherfucker don't do nothing. He's like, bro, he's the owner. I'm like, what? He's like, Yeah, he's about to get the company from his father, him and his brother. I'm like, that not you fucking with me. I'm thinking he's lying. He's full of shit. No, no, no. I go inside and I can't even make eye contact with the motherfucker. And he breaks the ice. He breaks it. He goes, "Oh, so you found out who I am, huh?" That's exactly what he said. I'm like, "Yeah, man, my bad." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "Not man, a lot of people know I'm getting this company. You'd be surprised how many best friends I have. You're the first person in the last 90 days who have spoken to me like that." You know what I'm saying? And dude, that motherfucker, that man had a lot of love for me. You know what I'm saying? He found out I got high. He didn't even try to fire me. He paid off my bill at the methadone clinic and fucking made sure, that I had what I needed. He went to HR and made them draw a letter saying that they could never fire me for drugs. Like, he helped some dude in his church, like gave him a job to help him out. And the kid told me one mad at me for it. He's like, "Oh, going home yesterday. All Jeff talked about is, well, you gotta be more like Enrique. You see Enrique, he got problems. He comes from a rough place, but he shows up 15 minutes early and leaves 30 minutes late every fucking day. If he's not 15 minutes early, he thinks he's late. You need priority. Like look at him to understand what I mean when I say good worker or whatever conversation they had on the way home, he used me as an example, which wasn't great because the kid didn't love it. He didn't last anyway, so it don't matter. But it's unfortunate. That didn't go the way I think he thought it would. But he was always cool. For a guy who kept his door closed, it was always open for me. Like he told that was exactly what. Even when my door's closed, my door is always open to you. Okay, thank you. You know, I was very lucky that people saw through the smoke of crazy, and they saw me. They saw underneath all that crazy. You know what I'm saying? The drugs. The me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been as loud, as boisterous as I am on YouTube. Like people say, "Oh, you have a different mask for work, and people have a different mask for their family." Yeah, I don't do that. I am who I am all the fucking time. Like for real. Like just the way I am right now. That's the way I work on Broadway. For real. Like I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like especially I had a union card. You can't fire me. Fuck you and your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, yeah, I was the worst. You know what I'm saying? But I got to meet a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life. And they told me, I remember one time this white boy told me at the end of the gig, because we get clients, they come to the shop, they rent 30 speakers, 80 microphones, whatever, to do the show, right? And I did all music. The guy who ran the music department, his name's Mr. Bubbles. Shout out to Mitchell Keller. He's known as the Fifth Ramon because he was their tour manager, the Ramon band from Queens. He was their tour manager for like 25 years, so they call him the Fifth Ramon. I didn't know that at the time, but yeah, that's true. And he always used to call me rock star. He never called me by my name. You're a rock star. He always called me that. I like that for a guy that don't think highly of himself, like, because my own dad abandoned me and the nigga lived a block away. So if it was that easy for my own father to abandon, to see like, fuck that motherfucker, clearly I ain't shit. This is the mentality I grew up with. This is why I did drugs for so long. I was trying to fill a hole in my soul. I didn't understand. I understand this now because I grow. It's insane what growing has done for me. The connection to the frequency that I've attained. I can't wait to grow food. I can't imagine the bubble of good that I'm gonna build. Ooh, I'm getting chills. I'm getting yeah. Whenever the antenna starts tingling, my spidey senses are tingling. I know I'm on the right track. You know, to me, that's the point of life now. Fine tune my frequency. I told Jackie, I'm like, well, clearly my frequency got to be something with like growing, like, but part of birth is like death. So like there's like a duality, like a son has to die for the planet to be born, kind of deal. So I understand that growing death is a part of life and all that shit. I'm like, yo, but I really feel like that's what my frequency is. That it's just with growing, with birth. She's like, and she don't entertain these conversations often about frequency and stuff. She goes, no. She goes, your frequency is knowledge. As long as I known you, you cannot not know something. Like, you will beat a dead horse, break the bat, go to Walmart, get a new bat, and then flip that horse and keep hitting the motherfucker. You just gotta know everything about a topic. If you're interested, you want to know everything. You don't waste nothing. Like, that's probably why I like Mahler videos. Because he's as autistic as me when it comes to finding out, why would you do this? Let's spend 20 minutes talking about why would you do this in this scene. Yeah, yeah, I think it's necessary, but yeah, the fact that she said that, it's like, oh, maybe you're right. Maybe there is a knowledge frequency. But I've come to the realization that in my life, I want to get stronger with my frequency. So when I finally move on, I go back to the ether and I make the part of the frequency that I'm from stronger than when I left it. That's the meaning of life. I don't know how it came to me while I was driving home the other day, but it's like so simple, like clear. It was like just, I don't know, appeared in my mind. Like if it was already there, but I downloaded the information. Like it was already there for me. I just had to find it. I don't know. I have no idea. But like I said, now that I know, it just so now I know what to lock in on, I just want to get better. I want to do that so well that motherfuckers pay me to just like these motherfuckers that I know that they paid them to go to Europe and they go to Germany, Spain, all these farms all over Cali, Arizona, Maine, what I'm saying? All these places and motherfuckers pay them to go there and wash their shit. Motherfuckers bring their own equipment with them and they'll stay there, like a month or two, whatever, while they harvest and they'll wash all their shit. That's apparently a thing. And when I tell them I'm there, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna learn this bubble, man, all this shit, right? Slime, I'm gonna do piatella, I'm gonna make diamonds, I'm gonna melt motherfuckers' faces, and I'm gonna do all this shit at home, and then I'm gonna go to conventions and carry botes with me so that motherfuckers could do a piece like my pinky nail and melt their fucking face off. So that my name will be synonymous with good product. That's all I want. I want people to know whatever ID's fucking with, it gotta be official. Cause he loves this shit too much to just co-sign some spray weed packs. You know what I mean? Like that's not how he rolls, you know. Somebody gotta do small craft things, Somebody has to take all the time and say, you know what? Nah, I don't want just big turkey bags full of shit so I can have a mountain full of money. Nah, I'd rather have the notoriety, the fame, the longevity. Like I said, I just want to be synonymous with good shit, good product. That's it, so that when we finally make a label and these one, because this motherfuckers is ready to put money on it. I'm like, can I wash hash at least one time? Can I just get spoonfuls before we start talking about making LLCs and all this dumb shit? But that just shows that people believe in me, I guess. I mean, damn, motherfuckers is trying to give me jobs and they know I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. They just love my passion and they're like, yo, we've been doing this so long, we won't let you fuck up, if you're doing something out of turn. And they're not trying to make me grow. I don't have to learn. All they really want is somebody that has an idea of how to make bubble hash because apparently there's a big market for it here. Everywhere, I guess. Concentrates are becoming more popular. They sell 2 gram bottles now, clearly. You know, people are asking for more. And yeah, I just want to get good. I want to get so good at washing bubble that I'm sought after. that I gotta turn motherfuckers down. No, I can't go to your farm because I already got five other farms I'm going to. I want to land in countries before I took off the other country. So I land somewhere on Tuesday, but where I left, it was Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a new time zone that I'm now before I even left that time. You know, like, but I can't stop because I got to make that cannabis convention by whatever. You know, I can't rest at the whole. Like, that's the kind of problems I want to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a new chapter of my life. I've seen a lot of lesser motherfuckers than me for a long time. So I was 16 years old. Get record deals, millions of dollars, fame, fortune, sports, football. I've seen a lot of lesser motherfuckers attain a lot more than I could ever count. But once in my life, I'm pure. I'm not dipping and diving. I'm not sneaking a bag just because I'm not shooting. Like, if I accomplish so much and I've been a cloud of crazy since I was 16 years old, imagine what I could accomplish when I'm pure. You know, yeah, I'm looking for, I feel like I already won. And all I have to do is enjoy the ride. Real talk. Like, all I gotta do is buy my passport. Like, it's already done. It's already done. I already won. You know, I just gotta enjoy it. You know, cause to me, you need money to live, right? So, like, whatever, you need money to live. That's the facts. But winning $1 million, like, okay, so like frequency is real and intent is real. So people be like, so why you don't intend to get a winning lottery ticket? Because that's not the way it works. You know, that's not, I don't even know. I don't know. They don't teach this in class. They definitely don't teach you about the ether and fucking frequency in kindergarten. You know what I mean? They're not trying to let people critically think and tap into things that are larger than themselves. You know, like, they don't want us to really know how to use our gifts. You know, an informed society is not a docile society. You know what I mean? The more people know, the less they're gonna follow suit. You know, you really think everybody would have just stayed home 50 years ago? They said, "Yo, there's a thing out, and you can't leave your house by law." Yup, you started a business yesterday, but you cannot open your store because it's against the, yeah, that would have not went well. Not in 1985. I guarantee you. Not even 95. 97. When is a good year? Maybe the day after September 11th? Fear, a lot of fear. Let them scare you and you'll give up all your rights. Shit. Didn't they do it the day after September 11th? Unanimous vote. Everybody. Fuck your rights. Tap everybody's phone. So you're like, wow. All it takes is slamming some planes into buildings, huh? While George Bush's father was having breakfast with Osama bin Laden's brother that morning. Wonder what they were talking about. They shut down all the flights that day. But still, they got about 90 of his family members, 80 to 90 of them, all around the country, and made sure that those flights got the fuck out of here, boy. Anyone from Saudi Arabia or that was really in his family, like closer, you know? Wow. Okay. Motherfuckers were saying his name before Building 7 even fell, let alone the Pentagon getting hit. Okay. Yep. We just happened to find passports, Saudi Arabia, 3 blocks away. Okay. Sure. Sure. Whatever, dude. I can't control none of that goofy shit. But I could control my corner of the universe. I could make sure that my fucking lawn is mowed. I could water my plants. I could make sure that my frequency with the ether is as strong as it could possibly be so that I can make the best meds possible for my family. If it's not the you the ether God, whatever the fuck you want to call it, your connection to what it is that's larger than you. Because we are not these meat sacks. You know, I'm going crazy. I'm talking too crazy again. This is what leaves like two people in the chat. This is where everybody leaves. But If it's not, I don't like to say God because I just don't like to use that word. As of late, I'm finding it hard to believe anything, especially that's written in a book that was omitted by a king and then copied from Greece and then so many middlemen. How twisted are those words? And all those words, even you know what? I don't know. I'm starting to think it's everything's bullshit. Everything is just something. If it's not my connection to the ether, is my connection to the frequency, my connection to my family or my motherfucking friends, then it's noise. It's white fucking noise. Remember when we was in I was younger at TV at midnight, there would be the American flag and they would say, "Oh, say, can you see?" And then it'll be snow all the way to 6 in the morning. That's all everything is. If it's not the frequency, your family or your motherfucking friends, it's all white noise. Oh, we got the Epstein files, but we're gonna release the UFO files. But Afro Man just sued the fucking Cosby. It's all fucking white noise. It's all horseshit. It's like a magician. Watch this hand so you don't see what I'm doing with this one. You know? While everybody's fighting about get a vaccine, don't get a vaccine, wear a mask, don't get a mask. These motherfuckers is doing goofy shit on islands. And again, I'm not in those circles that I could affect any kind of change. You know? It's unfortunate. I live on a planet that's really fucking greedy. So it is what it is. These motherfuckers want to live forever. These motherfuckers growing body parts and they're building bunkers out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean because they know what's gonna happen, bro. People are gonna wake up one day and realize their problem is not their neighbor that voted for Trump. Their problem is not the motherfuckers that love abortion up the block. The problem are not these petty things that we think separate us. The real problem is the oligarchy, is the class of human who think themselves better. And you could know you're a better grower and kind of snub your nose at underlings, or you could know that you could rap and kind of look at this kid at the open mic thinking that he gonna battle me. Like, there's levels to life. I get it. I'm not naive. The world out there is nothing like the one that's in here. I get it. But every human has a filter, and it's their motherfucking mind. None of this shit is real. None of this shit matters. It's all our perspective through this filter. And this filter has been rattled with shitty food in boxes, all types of chemicals in cans, the fucking chemtrails, the 5G cooking your insides. It's a wonder that every kid don't kill their fucking family, let alone one in 100,000. They got everybody wrapped up in a tizzy, and everybody's carrying their bag of bricks of all their emotional fucking baggage from them they were 4 years old, and they can't wait to swing it at you. They can't wait to swing it at you. And this cops, firefighters, nah, I never really had a bad firefighter experience. They're actually pretty fucking cool. Um, but anybody, the old Indian lady at the motherfucking Dunkin' Donuts is ready to swing her bag at you full fucking force. For what? I ain't fuck up your life, girl. You started working here when you was what? 14? How is what? You didn't think you would be here at 39? Oh, I just wanted a coffee. I didn't make your life decisions. Clearly, I didn't come in here to be your fucking armchair psychiatrist. So what the fuck is going on right now? Like, okay, maybe it's just you. Maybe you just brought your bags home with you. You got your bag and whatever. Mm, That same day, that same moment, I pull up to a red light and a cop is at the red light in the passenger seat. Shades and shit, whatever. The kind of shades that shine back at you, like you can see your own flesh. And he turns and he goes, "The fuck you looking at?" Nothing. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. All can't wait. All I'm doing is sitting at a red light. I caught eyes. How good would that conversation went if I'd be like, "Fuck you mean what I'm looking at? The fuck you, that's only gonna go one way. Me getting arrested. Or beat the shit out of because motherfuckers, they just a gang, especially here. Yo, when that shit happened, that they killed them Jewish people on Martin Luther King, the motherfuckers was driving the narcos. They were driving one foot out the window, one leg up with the shotgun ready, pointing it at people as they're driving by. That's what gangs do. I know because I grew up in the projects. These motherfuckers ain't shit. And they're all human. There's good and bad and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I find that as long as you stroke the cop's ego, give him a few good, sorry sirs and all that shit, you're good to fucking go. 98% of the time. Occasionally you just get a person who really hates Spanish people. And we get violent. Like they could tell by my name, this motherfucker's not white. You know what I'm saying? And I don't try to talk white. I don't try to talk nothing that I'm not. Um, I can speak eloquent, like, I guess I got a Rolodex of vocabulary somewhere in my fucking brainstem. But, I don't know. I think fast, I talk fast, I just talk. I just try to always talk to everyone with respect. Um, I try to talk to people the way I would want to be spoken to. That's all. Because, you know, again, I know everybody's carrying their emotional baggage, and they can't wait to swing it. It's not. I can't ask the world to be where I'm at. I understand my demons, and I knew how to face them, and now I'm strong in my pivot. You know what I'm saying? I'm centered where I'm at, but I can't grab everyone in my own life by the shoulders and be like, "Wake up, wake up." Most people don't want to. Most people don't want to. Most people don't think they can. What's the point of knowing there's nothing we can do? Of course, there's always something you can do. You have a mouth, right? You could scream and yell and bitch and moan. If 10 of you ran up the block screaming, yelling, bitching, and moaning, shit, you know how many people would hear you? If 20 of you ran up the block screaming, bitching, and moaning, and throwing fucking rocks and bottles, you know how many people would respond? If 100 of you know what I mean? Like, of course you could do something. Why you think they're building bunkers? Because they know people gonna wake up one day and be like, you know what, $7 a gas? Fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck my bills. I ain't paying them. Or how am you going to let them come take my house? It's about to go crazy. And that's what they want. They want people to do. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Yeah. They want people to do that so they can institute martial law and start the whole thing. It's a domino effect that unfortunately is bound to happen because most people, all people are emotional. We like to think that we stick to facts, but how we determine facts is like how we take shit in is determined how we live. Our life experience determines how we take some, and and we filter it through our filter. You know what I'm saying? Our personal life experiences affect what, like, one thing could happen, and five different people could have five different reactions to that shit. Or just one thing, the same thing that happened, everybody went through the same thing, but you got five different reactions. And people don't know how to separate emotional knee jerk to thinking critically. Let me sit on this. Let me soak in this information before I make a decision. You get a lot of groupthink. You know, people put themselves in that. That's why I watch shit that I don't really watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I like to watch other perspectives that I don't think that way. Even stupid, goofy motherfuckers. Like I'll put on the Young Turks and shit just to see what is it that these people think. And I'm starting to notice something. Republican or Democrat, especially in independent media, there's a lot of people meeting in the middle over Israel, over Zionism, not Israel. Because I have a lot of Jewish friends, and they are great people. Shout out to this story. Um, you know, he just happens to be Jewish, and he's a great fucking guy. But he's not a Zionist. He don't. He's the first one that told me about Palestine and all that. And I'm not gonna lie, a year or two ago, whatever, I was kind of indifferent to it. Like, oh yeah, because I'm a human. I bought into the narrative after 7/11. They the bad guys, Arabics. And that's crazy because I know most of my friends are Muslim. That's what's weird. But they black Muslim is different. Somehow I look at it different. Like it's not really the same. Like I don't picture them plotting to blow shit up. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers here that like them kids in Chicago that got caught that they were gonna try to do something. These are just lost souls that need direction. And unfortunately, the direction they went to was not a holistic medicine. Let's do chakra. They found like Al Qaeda. Like, unfortunately, they were young kids with a lot of fucking, with daddy issues. None of them got a hug. Whatever the fuck was their problem, that they looked for a direction in life. And that's the arrow that they found. So, but a lot of Arabics I know, even Arabic people that I've met after living in Jersey City. Um, the first time they blew up the World Trade, it was Jersey City motherfuckers that did it. The motherfuckers from Journal Square, the mosque that's right in Journal Square. It's good and bad and everything. And the same thing goes with Muslims, with the Muslim religion, Arabic people. It's good and bad and everything. I still have to feed the girls downstairs. I'm dragging my feet. I want a cigarette. That's what I want. And I do have to empty. I'm supposed to empty out that Canatrol, the three rows, because I figured it'd be better in here until I trim it tomorrow, than to leave it in there overnight. I don't know. It is storage mode. In theory, it should be fine. Um, I guess we'll find out. I think I'm gonna put it in the sea vault. I don't like to put them in the sea vault until I cure. Cause all right, a lot of levels to it. Um, pos- Apparently, if you dry correctly, you don't need to cure. You know, if your shit is popping right off the month, you could just smoke. There should be no need to burp jars and all this dumb shit. From what I understand from these New York cats, you know what I'm saying? More experienced growers. Let's put it like that. I'm gonna stop saying New York cats because they're not all from the city. But you know, the motherfuckers that been doing it a long time, way longer than me. They tell me things, shit that I'm doing, shit that I listen to, going on here on YouTube. They got a lot of feedback. Oh man, they're funny. But I got love for them. I know them on another level other than growing meds. You know what I'm saying? Just as some brotherly shit, like my people. You know what I'm saying? Like, But again, they won't let me fall. Like they won't. They'll let me. They'll let me put out a lot of rope, right? But right before I trip and like get hung by my own rope, they'll just grab me on the shoulder and be like, "Yo, Adi, chill, chill." But they'll let me. They'll sit there and watch me do shit wrong, and whatever, just so I can learn. Motherfucker watched me do 3 grows. He knew I was underfeeding, and he told me at the end of the jelly run, he's like, "Bro, I've been waiting for you to figure out that you underfeeding, but you just not figuring it out, bro. Them bitches could take it, man. Feed the motherfucker." I was like, damn, I felt like I was getting scolded and shit from my uncle. But I'm some people more hard headed than others, and that's the way I listen. I guess that's the way I listen, or at least that's the way I retain information. When all right, you would think with this new way I've embraced of being positive and being, you know, um, calm. That's the word, because I was always angry, always. Wake up angry, just carrying my bag of fucking bricks. You know what I'm saying? All those fucking some of them are bricks, whole bricks, because it was an ill situation. Some of them is just pieces of a brick that eventually a bunch of rocks make a brick. But we all got that bag. And I just decided to put it down. One day I just decided it's just not that important. I can't undo anything. And whatever it did to me, seeing murders and whatever the fuck, I could put this bag down. That's and I put the bag down and I walked away. Not literally, but figuratively. And like I said, I was kind of going aimless there for 3 years. I didn't really know. I didn't even know how I was still clean after 3 and a half years. But then I found growing. And after that first one, I don't think I finished the story. After I grew the first autoflower, that I only fed it once a week, and I still got half the fucking zip, half a fucking pound, 220 grams. Um, I was like, wow, imagine if I fed them every day. Like imagine if I did it right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I did a feminized feed because I was hearing so much shit about, oh, I would never do an auto my first run. And I'm like, oh, did I fuck up? I thought auto flower meant it's automatically gonna flower. Like I thought that would be the easiest one to do, which it was by evidence that I only fed it once a week and it was in cocoa. I should have been feeding it every day. Like, how did it not die on the vine, let alone give some of the best fucking weed she ever smoked? And yo, they done been to New York and buy all that He-Man shit, Sherbinski and Tenko and all this fucking He-Man hype shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's good, but it shouldn't cost $85 for an eighth. I'm sorry. For $85, and they don't even have good bag appeal, that blue sushi. It's good though. It is good. It's wow. Okay. But it costs, look how much they're charging. It better be that good. You know what I mean? I don't know. But we grew this ourselves. We paid what? If you break it down per seed, even if it's $150 pack, which I don't think this was. This is hella jelly. So 3 pack, $45. $15 a seed. That's what I did, all 3 seeds. And then we took clones and whatever, what have you, whatever. Dude, the first time I grew the jelly, we got 18 zips from $45 and $125 in nutrients. I got $3,800 worth of fucking weed. You're like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's way better. And it's only my third try at that time. Like, I can't wait to get better. Just keep trying. Like this grow, I always go into the next grow wanting to do something that I didn't do on the last one. And on the last one, I left way too much undercarriage. I want to see how big those top nuggets could get, the top of the colas. So I'm gonna leave the top third, and everything else is gonna get bare. Like, I don't know. That's good, bad, or indifferent, but I just want to see only fat nugs. See what that's like. I don't know if it'll fuck up the yield, because like I said, how much we got already? I filled up 5 mason jars to 3 ounce status. So that's already 15 zips, and I still have 4 plants that's stuffed in 5 different buckets. And that half a jar. There's a lot of fucking weed. There's a lot. And I took all the 1 gallons and I froze them for fresh frozen. So I don't even know how much I fucking harvested. I would really I'm gonna have to tally it up. When it's finally all trimmed, I'll weigh the dry and I don't know the wet. I guess it's frozen. I don't know how, you know, I don't know. I know that each wet, it was 138 grams wet. No, 238 grams wet. Yeah. Between 230 and 250 each 1 gallon wet. So I don't know what that comes to dry. I would say it's about 3 zips per 1 gallon. It's safe to say. 90 grams, that would be a little less than 90 grams. 84, 85 grams. Yeah, I'm in the realm. I would even dare say 100 grams. Some of them plants. Yeah. 120. I would say what he had, 8 1 gallons, at least 2 of them. Brawny and Charisse, Clarice or whatever. Yeah, Clarice was her name. The one that she was so purple, she started turning smoky blue with a bright purple tips for the with a mustard green under. The senescence was beautiful. Like, wow, yeah. And then the whole under where it wasn't getting light, it was all light green. It looked like week 3. For all that under shit. We gotta get rid of all that. We gotta get luckily I could infuse it for all my butters and stuff and tinctures and what have you. But I don't. I want to see how fat I could get those tops, taking away the undercarriage, and then to see if the yield's so different. Um, because we got 4 3 gallons and 2 5s. I had 6 3 gallons. So I know, like I said, all the 1 gallons got frozen. So whatever dry I have is essentially 6 plants. So I just had 6 plants. And it was actually worse because they were 3 gallons. This is 6 plants, but two of them are 5 gallons. So I guess it's not fair. But I guess some type of consensus, like if I do it all right, for example, if I was to do them so high and we get 4 big nuggets per cola, dun, 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 on all the tapas, whatever. Uh, 4 tops per plant. I guess maybe 6 tops per plant. When we top it one time. I don't mainline because I don't know. I don't really. I've heard the term. I've never really done it. And from what I could tell, Travis Bowie, shout out to him. From what I could tell, you have to do it from when they little, short, stubby. The whole thing. Uncle Dunkle too. He's mentioned about short, stubby. You got to think about the stretch, and I agree, especially because I can't raise my light. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things I got to dial in, but if nobody's noticing, I'm spitting a lot of plates. I do have a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't go to a hospital every day. We don't do the doctors every day, but there are patients. There's other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing the best I can. Look, I haven't even gotten to build my 5x5 yet. I'm gonna get there. I swear, I'm gonna get there. But I want to see how fat they are, how big, and how different it is from this. So what I said, 15 zips, yeah, whatever it is. If it's 25 zips, let's say let's say it's 2 pounds. I'm just gonna pick a number, right here with the, but that one is 2 pounds as well, or even just a cut hair less. I'm like or more because it's 2 5 gallons. This was 6 3 gallons. Um, I don't know. I think I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say basically if it's the same, then there's no reason to ever worry about keeping all this shitty undercarriage. Like that's stupid. If it's literally the same with like a difference of 10 to 15%, I could live with that 15% short. Shit, even 50, I would say 25%, but that's a lot. That's a lot lower. But 10 to 15% less, but the quality of the nugs are better. I could fuck with that. I could fuck with that. Or if it's just better to grow it all, even the little lug, because I'll take the time. I'll take the time to get every single little one. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it all gets infused. It all gets used. Even the sugar leaves and the fuck, like I said, I saved all that shit and I sift it over a thing and collect all the keef. I am such a maniac with all this shit. I would not throw anything away. Sugar leaves that have a lot of sugar, I mince them up and like I said, I sift them and then I put that in the trim on purpose. Like it's just a leaf. That's a leaf, but if it has sugar on it, oh, I'm gonna get every single fucking trichome that I helped grow. Every single one. Fuck that. What's this? What is this? What am I supposed to do with this? Look, this is weed. This is weed. This is a fan leaf. Take that away. What the fuck is this? What is this? There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you add a bunch of these up, you get an eighth, you get a whatever. But this is more what we want. Actual nugs. This ain't even what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want some He-Man shit. This would be better though. A lot more of these. Let's just keep it normal. At least normal nugget, right? Normal nuggets. Most of them are normal. But we got a lot of LARF. Like a lot of just horse shit. Yeah, look. What the fuck is this? What is that? That's all leaf and like hair. It's like the hairs and barely any. There's no flower there. I don't even know what's here. I don't understand. I didn't mean to do it, girl. I just didn't want to hurt you. Right? That was all leaf. Okay. What the fuck is this? What am I gonna do? Nah, I gotta, like I said, you put a bunch of them together, you could roll blunts, I guess. You could roll up and shit. And what's the quality of this? I don't think this will test as good as this one. You know what I mean? So I'd like to at least get. I don't have a way to grow. I don't have a technique. I don't have a style. I followed a playlist, Matt from the Strange Show. Shout out to him. I heard your channel got taken away. I subscribed to the new one. Um, he just gave me the confidence to try. That's it. Not like I love his bro style. I thought he was this pinnacle. He just, after watching so many people, I got, and I'm just like, I don't know what I was watching that day. What about it, about him, and that it made me want to try and realistically attempt the endeavor. But yeah, yeah, man. Shout out to him. I hope to meet him one day. I can't wait. Tell him the story of how 3 grows later, on the third grow, I was still using the playlist because I forgot. When did I top? What week do you top again? Hold up. Oh, that's funny. I'm such a silly goose. But yeah, we got a lot of bullshit. We got a lot of horse shit. This is what the fuck is going on right now? Like, what am I gonna do with that? I did, dude, and the whole house is weed. I found a fat bud. It was smushed to the bottom of my shoe, to the bottom of my flip flop, my slides, all over the walking downstairs on the rug. There's on the shelves in every floor. There's nuggets all over. Like all types of trays and shit like that. Like sometimes shit falls as you're moving around, you're doing stuff, and there's trees all around the house. I mean, again, these are good problems to have. I never grew. So these are nice problems to have. I remember a time going all the way to New York and not getting no trees. We went all the way to Brooklyn to like 5 in the morning and nothing. It was a drought, drier than a motherfucker. And we not Biggie Small, so we can't call Branson. We ain't have the hookup. Uh, but this was like what, the 90s? This before September 11th. 97, maybe 98. Yeah, this is a big bud, but larfy as shit. It's very airy. You can see where we're sitting. It's like flat on one side. It was on the. No, this got hung dry. You didn't get on the. I was gonna say it was on the tray. It must have got flat, but it must have got flat in the mason jar up against other trees. But yeah, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. Um, I've been up since September. All right, stop saying that. September. Since July 4th, the day after. Um, I've been up to like 5:30 in the morning every day and waking up when I can, as early as I can. Um, Averaging like 3 hours of sleep a day, and I still have to feed the bitches downstairs. I have to. I guess I don't have to, but I'm sorry. Um, I have a tendency to neglect the veg tent, and one is not more important than the other. Like just because they in flower, that's the glamorous part. That's what we all waiting for. But no, if they don't have a good start, and I don't, then they kind of go into flower on the back foot. You know what I mean? And I've been neglecting downstairs too much. That day I went, July 5th, when I went down there, they were the bottom halves of all the plants. mm, all the leaves are like, what happened? Where were you? Poor girls. I lollipopped them. I took it all away. I didn't even give it. I knew they would have inflated again, but they like turned brown and yellow. They were like, some of them were green, but it was they were dying. You know what I'm saying? They were like, where the fuck have you been? We in Coco, motherfucker. It's been 4 days. What's going on out there? So we took everything that was wilting essentially, and then I've been there. Oh, excuse me. I've been there every day since. Like I said, even if it takes me till late, it's the time. I got them waking up at 8 at night, and I'm doing it only because I saw a lot of people doing it for summer. So that they don't have to like battle the heat or whatever. I'd rather it be hot. That I'd rather than wake up at 6 in the morning and 6 at night, whatever. Like for real. I don't like it. I don't like 8 at night to 8 in the morning. Cause if you gotta feed them an hour after they wake up, I like to give them an hour before I flood their fucking nervous system with fucking food. Or root system, my bad. I don't know. I'm just the way I do it. And it's just it's too late. I'm not a night owl. I'm a morning person. I like it. I wake up. I could do a morning show on the radio. Like I could wake up at 3:30 in the morning to get all the day's news and be ready by 6 a.m. so that we could start a program all the way to 10. Yeah, I would. I'm built for that kind of job. I love the morning. I wake up crisp, like on point, ready to talk about anything. And I love talking shit. In case you haven't noticed, I love talking shit. And but I live with a bunch of people who are not morning people. And yeah, this nighttime schedule of the nighttime really being the morning as a with my plants, because I live with my plants. I kind of live their life. When I'm awake, they awake. Like this is different for me. Like I said, I'd rather it be 90 degrees in that motherfucking tent. Like I'd rather it be hot. I'll deal with the heat. I don't care. Shit, I know motherfuckers that never stop growing down south, and it's hot down south. Those tents regularly be at 92 degrees, and them motherfuckers is growing fuego. Fuego. Huh. Shout outs to my man. Yeah. Uh, excuse me, guys. But I showed you only 2 jars. I don't know. I don't have much to show. Oh yeah, I do. Everybody's awake. Okay, guys, you're going back in. I'm not pulling off leaves. Now I remember why I rushed and just threw you in a jar and kept it fucking moving. Cause I'm not beat. Really. Sorry. Sorry, girls. I have to make tomorrow, I have to make tincture and butter. Cause all I have is 2 squares of edibles left and no butter made, no tincture made. And I like my meds. It keeps me satiated. I just, when I don't have my meds, I don't know, I could feel it. I feel different. I feel it. I felt it the other day coming home. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Something's wrong. Like I just didn't feel content. I felt like, and I don't smoke, so it's not like I could come home and I could look forward to smoking a joint when I get home. Like I don't look forward. I actually, if I know I get apprehensive. I don't like to smoke. Um, it just makes me weird, makes me quiet, it makes me unlike myself. I don't like it. Bug out though. If I smoke something that I like the taste, I love it. Ridgeline Lance is a great example. Yeah, I could smoke Lance all day to the fucking bone, to the edge, all the way out, and it still tastes good. I love it. For me, for smoking, I need taste for my entourage effect to work good. I'm very that's why I think I like that jelly so much, because it didn't burn the terps away. Decarboxylating it at 220 for 45 minutes, it didn't take away the jelly, the candy gas. That shit was amazing. Making chocolate edibles, but it tastes like fruity pebbles. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, I'm in. I love it. So I love that. But when I made the Daydreamer butter, it was just better. It was stronger. It didn't taste as good. It wasn't tasty. It was, just it tastes like marijuana. But it was stronger. I could take a smaller square. I don't know what made Jackie cut them into one by one that day, but I ate one square and I was on the live with Rock Solo like I was higher than a motherfucker. And I'm like, wow, is it because it's fresher? Like the jelly was sitting around since like November. You know, I don't know, and it was seeded that weed. Those trees were seeded, dude. I can't fuck this. All right, that's all green. Okay, yeah, I don't want to fuck it up because we doing taste tests. The two plants that turned brown, one of them got hung dry and one of them got canitroled. So taste test challenge, and it's fair because they were both clones in 3 gallon pots, fed the exact same way, and I let them both die on the vine. So that's even a little extra umph on the test. In theory, you would think letting it cannibalize itself like that, probably not great. This ain't not a great standard to start from. So if either one is like, say I was to do it and both of them, they'd be no matter which one, because I'm gonna do it on 2 different days. That way, cause you can't smoke and then smoke a different weed and talk about how you know you ain't high for the first time, motherfucker. Maybe it just takes a long time. So it got to be 2 different days. That way, I could do a better assessment of how it hits. Cause you could tell me, and then I could see. I'm also do visually. They look a little more inebriated than the other one, whatever. So I know I have a way to do the test. But I figure if the weed that died on the vine ends up tasting good, imagine the green jelly that was normally normal, just hang dried normal. Um, I know from personal experience that it's really fucking good, but I want to see what they say. That Dawn Patrol was the best thing I ever grew. Now, I dried it in the Canatrol. So that's one for the Canatrol, but I didn't have any that I hung to compare it to. So that's not fair. But that's the best dried and cured bud I've ever. It's gone. Woo woo woo. Shit, the little tumbleweed. Look, little tumbleweed. What is tumbling? Doot, 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 doot. Look, wait, motherfucker. Roll. Roll. There you go. You know what I mean. Fuck tumbleweed time. Boy, dude, I'm delirious. I'm fucking tired. I'm bugging out right now. Yeah, we got great, but thank God for small favors. No seeds this time. Yeah, unfortunately, I did herm. The first time I grew 2 strains, I got a herm. So, but it's all good because turns out that one plant, the Dawn Patrol, that I called Frenchie, that was 61 inches from the ground, purple fucking sand, like exquisite plant. I've been cloning it ever since. Brawny, all of them were offspring of Clarice, all of them from Frenchie. But before I cut her down, because that's fresh frozen, that Frenchie is frozen. I took the seeds out because the Daydreamer is the one that pollinated, but the Dawn Patrol got seeded too. Whatever. I figure if anything's gonna come out of that mistake, it'll be from Frenchie. You know what I'm saying? And 3 old school growers got 20 seeds of each. The prettiest seeds with the stripes and the dots and whatever. The biggest. I tried to give them the best. I kept some for me. You know, who knows? But yeah, I figured we could have our own cultivar of the Dawn Patrol. Call it French Dawn or some shit. Then my man was like, nah, I was gonna call it French Patrol, and I'm like, damn, that's a better name. Yeah, he's right though. That is a dope name. I like that name. So he got to name it. He's the one growing it out. Shout out to him. And I don't know the other two yet. They haven't gotten back to me. But he told me, he's like, yo, this shit got vigor. I'm like, what? He's like, I wet them nitro, Pablo Nitro ones. I'm still waiting for them bitches to come out. But these motherfuckers came about the dirt in less than a day. Like, pew, pew. He only wet two and two popped the fuck out the dirt. And they do live in soil, They grow outside, so many levels to it. But yeah, I figure if anything's gonna come from the state, cause motherfuckers tell me, oh, Gorilla Glue came from a herm, and motherfuckers went to a dead show and they got a bag seed and it's like the best weed ever and all this dumb shit. Like, they're telling me all these fables about how sometimes a herm plant gives something really good that ends up being memorable in the world of cannabis or whatever. Who knows? You could have got lucky, like when that's why they say I'll hunt them for you. That's where it started. Let me hunt the motherfuckers for you. And I don't do no fucking pheno hunting. I buy 10 packs and I wet 3 seeds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's as much pheno hunting as I get. Ooh, a different expression of my plant. Like, I ain't doing that. Cause I'm not throwing nothing away. I just won't. I just won't. I could wet 20 seeds. Oh, that's the little ones that throw all the little ones away. No, I'll grow it out. I'll grow it out. I'll give her a name. She'll be fine. And in fact, I did all the names. Oh, I've left them downstairs. I did all the names for the. I don't like that. I'm hearing like a dog whistle, like a like a thing, and it's gone now. Yeah, I don't like that. Not when I know what type of shit these motherfuckers got. But anyway, um, yeah, I got names for everybody. I got because Francine, I named one of them, one of the regular seeds that I'm growing, the Sun Seekers. They're from Huckleberry Hill. That's Paradise Punch crossed to Oreos with a Z. I had one of them had a letter. None of the other ones, it just had a letter F. And she was the smallest one, she whatever. So I'm like, I'm gonna name you Francine. You're not the F cup. Like you're not the worst one. I gave her a name. I gave her Francine. I didn't know if they're gonna be a boy or a girl. She's a girl. So I see the two things sticking out on either side, right? But when you look up from that, it's like a teardrop. Out of that thing, there's like it's a longer hair than the other, but there's two little hairs coming out. I'm like, oh, this bitch is another one grew into her name. So I made a bunch of fucking names. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see. Let's see. Let's see if growing with intent, how far I get, how far I could get. But that's like the eighth plant that's done that. I give it a name, it grows into its name. Good on the plants, or good on my connection to the frequency. I don't know yet. I'm still figuring it out. But I did write I had AI do an equation for me. I told him I need an E equals MC squared to explain, and it's a really long and convoluted equation because I've got a lot of things. I need to know how, what I asked him, like how explain. I don't know. I don't know how I worded the question, but it's a long fucking equation. And it basically explains that equation explains how your dreams is you watching yourself in another real earth. Like before Method Madness movie, that they have a movie where people's dreams is really other worlds, whatever. Nah, I had that theory a long fucking time ago. Cause I've had dreams of other lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. I never believe, oh, dreams is just subconscious and the shit you went through the day. Shut the fuck up. We do this shit for 8 hours. We spend a third of the day sleeping. You really think we just mowing over old shit that we ain't figure out yet? Through our dreams, we could realize things that our conscious self hasn't realized yet. But it was a lot of shit. Explain how my dreams and incorporate the God particle and the fact that dark matter and the synapses in my brain somehow with dark matter, and how 10 different earths are on the same plane, but they're all vibrating a little different. And that's how come I'm able to see. And I said this long convoluted question, and the motherfucker gave me an equation back. And three parts of the equation, he explained, oh, you're tapping into theoretical this and that and the other, and quantum immortality and all this shit. And okay. I might put the equation up one day as one of my pictures just to fuck with people. What the fuck is that? It's the future. If one day we'll be able to teach 0 point energy and anti-gravity in fucking kindergarten. And by seventh grade, instead of fucking little volcanoes, people will be floating tables and shit using the air. Or I'll be using something this big to power 18 houses on that block. Like, just how we ever gonna figure shit out if we're not taught the basics first? I get it, Boeing. I get it. You want to hide your technology because you're making weapons and shit, but stop the horse shit, Mac. Like for real. 50 years, 100, 80 years? It's a long time. The easiest answer is usually the right one, right? Follow the logical conclusion. What's more likely? That beings from other solar systems and other galaxies have come all the way here, and they're somehow nefarious and doing deals with our government and giving technology, and they try to kill and all this dumb shit, right? Soul catchings on the moon, and reptilians on the ground and all this shit. Or is it more likely that every single UFO you've ever seen was built at Skunk Works or right here on good old fashioned Earth by Earthlings, flown by Earthlings? Oh, but they break the laws of physics. That's because they broke the laws of physics already. They just never told nobody. Dude, you can't patent. So if I got this to power 18 houses on this block and I could mathematically write it down and prove it, legally, I can't patent it because you're not allowed to patent anything that breaks the laws of physics, even if you could prove it. I'd actually be a security risk. If I did what I just said, if my daughter did that at a seventh grade science fair, she floated up the, whatever. They tackle that bitch before she hit the motherfucking driveway. Like she'd be dead, dead. No question, no trial, no jury. Just somebody bumped into me at the supermarket, and I'm feeling lightheaded. Yup, all that, all to keep 12 goofy motherfuckers rich and 30 other goofy motherfuckers doing stupid shit on islands. 7 billion of us have to be subjugated to horse shit. Why do we pay for anything? For the right to live. If I, as a sentient being, was born into this world, why am I born into a bondage? My great grandkid, who's not even born yet, is already in debt because 49 cents of every dollar that's circulated is owed to the Fed. That's not even, dude, it'll melt your face off if you start thinking about this. That's what I said. I could handle my little corner of the universe. I could water my plants. I could mow my lawn. I could get healthier so that if my friends or family need me, I do live by New York. You know, they try to blow up the World Trade Center, and then turned out the motherfuckers from Jersey City who did it. You know what I'm saying? Following some crazy imam dude from Brooklyn, and then the second time they did it, the motherfuckers tried to return the U-Haul on Trinity Avenue in Jersey City. Like these motherfuckers ain't shit. These motherfuckers ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like really close. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, you know how they be like sleeper cells and shit? Yeah, the motherfuckers live, they work and live where I grew up, like where I lived my whole life, except for like the last 6 months. So, like, when you go to the black and yellow gas, the cheap no name brand, these motherfuckers walk up to your car talking in Arabic. Straight up. They ain't even trying to talk English to you. Like, they could be saying, fuck you and your mother. You have no idea. And they'll try to take your money twice. If you give money up front already to pay and they finish, they'll walk up to your shit again and try to get money. One time the guy did that to me and I said, "Yo, I gave you the money already." And he smiled at me and he just walked away. You motherfucker. Yo, they ain't shit, dog. They here and they hate us. And they sit there loathing. You could see it on their face. I don't play poker because I'm really easy to read. But one thing I could do is read a motherfucking room. I could read a face. I could. Too many times I've been in places where 10 minutes after I left, a lot of people died. People got thrown out of second floor windows, all types of shit. I've always followed my feelings. I just search my feelings like I'm fucking Luke Skywalker. That's how I live. I followed it my whole life. And it got me through. Dude, I was sharing needles. I never even got HIV. Clearly, clearly, there's something left for me to do here. And to think is to fail, to know is to succeed. I was gonna say I think I know what it is, but no, I know. I know what it is. It's tapped into this, but it's not growing. I don't know what it is yet. But I gotta start teaching myself how to do bubble. That's it. That's where I gotta go. Bubble hash is the world because I want to see clear, viscous rosin. I want to see the yellow shit coming off my plates. Um, and then whip it into taffy and all that stuff, and then learn how to maybe piatella and stuff, or more isolation, diamonds and shit and all that. Yeah, 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 yeah. I want to do it, and then I really look great and get better at it. Muscle memory, get just like making butter and tincture. I used to squeeze it so hard that the fats and the lipids would come through in the butter. Now my shit be pristine. Like I had to learn. I had to get familiar. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get there, right? Rome wasn't built in a day and all that. How the fuck? Anyway, yeah, I think I'm really tired because I'm throwing buds past the fucking mason jar and I'm finding buds on the fucking thing. Yeah, these are the only two I got taken out. We got Daydreamer. That we got one. It's less than 2 ounces for it. I can show you. Oh, excuse me. You know what? Y'all gonna come with me because I'm not walking back. I got this. I'm good. Oh my god, I still have to feed you downstairs. You okay, right, babies? You don't need food today, right? I have a feeling I'm not gonna feed them. Oh my god, this is the daydreamer. Matter of fact, we can open it. And then I got two jellies up here. This is the brown jelly, the one that I let die in the vine. One of them was Canatro C2, and the other one was hang dried. And we're gonna do the taste test challenge. And this is just trim. We don't have nothing else. I find that surprising. I'm so surprised. Okay, is that it? Are we good? Okay, so we got probably not three yet. I'll just round it off. Definitely with this is three, but we'll say three, two and a half, it's five, probably one and a half. It's not two, and it's not one. It's like more than one, not two. Five and a half, six, seven, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. From what I can see. Now I've got 5 buckets full of trim. I'm not lying to you. 5 buckets full of, stems that I have to buck. And then I got half the canatro full with more brown, um, with more brown jelly. So and I bucked everything. The 1 gallons all got fresh frozen. So we got 5 1 gallon freezer bags, hefty bags full, like pillows. We definitely got a lot of material this time. I should get more than a few fucking spoonfuls of cake batter. but I don't want to mix it up because it's not marked. Yeah, this is the only dawn. This is the only daydreamer we got. The Dawn Patrol is all for fresh frozen, but the little bit that I dried and cured in the canister, wow, wow, wow. Now I never had it before, so I have nothing to compare it to. Like how people say you lose some of the flavor. I don't know that to be true because I don't know any other version of Dawn Patrol than what I did that time. And it was primo. If that's a subdued smell and funk or whatever, holy shit, dude. That's gotta be some fuego. But yeah, I think we're good. My my oh no, my thing. What you got? You got anything? Oh, I see a light dusting. It's gonna be a long time. We're gonna be here a while. That's why I didn't do anything with it the first time because it was so little and thin. I felt if I tried to scoop it up, I was gonna lose more than I actually picked up. But oh man, I can't show y'all. I have a whole thing full of Keef. Where is it? I'd like to know. Where's the? You know what? It's somewhere. I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm gonna go crazy looking for it right now. Shout out to Green Fingers. I got my package, big dog. Thank you, my good sir. I got it on July 4th, and I didn't do anything. I didn't want to trip balls out of fucking. Oh look, yeah, this is all the trim in a fucking 25-gallon bucket. And the fan leaves and shit. I'll put this two scoops at a time, two handfuls at a time over this, kind of massage it back and forth two, three times, and then I'll throw it away. And that way we get a lot more keef. We collect a good amount. I don't want to throw trichomes in the garbage can. That's not, I don't look forward to that. So I don't know. I should punch out, but I feel like I should show something. Guess I have flowers. I don't really want to stop, man. I'm so tired. All right. Somebody left the door open, the side of my house. I guess that's a thing. Well, three of you are here, the brave three souls that stood. I'll show y'all these plants. Fucking okay. Ooh, my clones. I forgot about them. Little clones. Hut hut. Yeah, my little clones right there, just chilling. We got four daydreamers on this side, and then we got four jellies on that side. My favorite. I love jelly. Oh, uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Yo, shout out to everybody in chat, man. Shout out to y'all who stood. This is the tent. I got four. I don't want to open it because it's just gonna lose cold. This is what I dry in, my little thing. And I got the AC pumped into this bitch. So it keeps it at usually at 68, but anything under 72, I find primo. Yeah, see? There's weed all over the place. Fucking weed all over the place, dude. I can't go anywhere in this house without some fucking weed all over the place. Look, over here too. Come on, Mac. I just leave it around because then oh yeah, I had these motherfuckers soaking soon. Two more jellies and a bunch of daydreamer. Only because we haven't had a lot of daydreamers, so I've been scheming on trying to wow, girl, 84 degrees. I thought you was at night so that it wouldn't be hot. Oh, it's hot because of the AC. I know why. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. Hope you don't think I'm gonna be in food, girls. Cause I'm not. Wow! What the fuck? Girl, you so happy. Wow. I'm scared of you. Okay, well, we got the Sun Seekers showing off for yous. Um, over here and back. Hold up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little LAXs. I gotta try to hook up this thing. Ay, hut hut. Ay, Dios mío. Su magnífica. Y'all gonna have to chill 1 second. I need 2 hands. Oh my God. Oh my God. Not Omicron. Oh my God. Relax. I heard you, Francine. You're not funny. You're not funny, Francine. Okay, we're not gonna leave you open because I hate this hole in the ceiling. Every time I find a fucking spider web, I get so scared. Oh, right here. They got names. So we got three LAXs. We got Latoya, LaFonda, and Lala. On the back, they got 1, 2, and 3, but I don't want to know who is who. They're just gonna get what they get, and they don't get upset. And then we got the names for the first regular seed run. Oh, we got Eleanor. I'm calling Ella or Ella. Ella in Spanish, two L's is a Y sound. This is Natasha, Natty. Call her Natty. This is Alicia. I call her Ali. This is Andromeda. I call her Drea. Rain. I just rain and rain. Like rain showers. Rain like a king, like a queen. Reigning supreme. And then we got the queen, Francine. I wrote Fran. So we know who Francine is, but everybody else got to get a name. You're just gonna go get random. The three LAXs, I'm gonna pick the names. I'm gonna do my best to see who really is who. But yeah, now you guys can see much better. That I told you the names just to bug out. Cause I'm bugging out on how fucking happy. Look at these big leaves. You such good babies. I'm so proud of you. I know it's a hard life. Ooh, I love that the medium still looks a little wet because I don't think I'm gonna feed y'all tonight. Okay, as long as we understand each other. Let me get low so I can see these LAXs. All right, so I'm already seeing one little LAX. You're the littlest tuna. So I'm gonna give you the number one. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna go backwards today. You're gonna get the number one name. Who is number one? Let's be nosy. Okay, we have number three is LAX, is Lala. Number two is Latoya. Number one is LaFonda. I didn't have many L names. I didn't know about it. So here you go, baby girl. You're a good baby. There you go, baby. I know. I know. You're a little dry. I know. Better soak up all that water, girl, because I don't think I'm coming back down here tonight. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. So we've got 2 and 3. Lala and Latoya. And they both look the same height. There is one better than the other. There is one better than the other. So I'm gonna make you number three, the one who's better than the other. Because in theory, you should have been number one. And I decided not to do that. So yeah, you're gonna be number three. You are Lala. dude. And when I wrote this, I knew when I wrote it in like graffiti, I knew I'm gonna end up giving this like the best one. I knew. And you got it by default, by luck. That's not what I planned on doing, but I guess you get the name. Lala. I love you, Lala. You're such a good girl. I know. It's a hard life. Don't worry. It's only starting. Wow. Fuck, I'm gonna get back there to you bitches. Y'all need names. Y'all need names. Because this is the only way I'm gonna differentiate what's going on. Oh, I could show you guys what I saw. Where's Francine? Where's the F cup? Oh, wow, you're Francine. Okay, I see you, girl. Oh, my bad. You don't see what I see. Sorry, guys. That was a close up in my face. My bad. All right, yeah, look. Bug out. Bug out here. Angles was about to so I could show you what I saw. Damn it. It's better when I take you guys out to see, man. Where are you at? Okay, there you go. See where the bottom is? I see it right there. See the hairs coming out? Right there at the bottom. I'll do a video of it. I'm sorry, I'm standing, guy. And I was at an awkward position. So that's where we at with my happy little babies. Look, bug out. Look, they so happy and open. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, babies. Yes, you're good babies. Look at you with your big fucking leaves. All pointy, pointy. Yeah, I love it. I love to see it, girls. All right. So oh, peace and love, everybody. I I'm out. I'm out. I'm about to take it down. Peace and love. I will most certainly talk to all of y'all later, man. Be safe. Hasta luego. Oh, I got a pimple. Fucking almost 50 years old. I shouldn't get pimples. What the fuck is going on right now? Oh, that's funny. These are LAXs. You're number one, aren't you? Number one. That's right. You're number one, LaFonda. You let them know. Ooh, I like this razor blade thing you got going on there. What's up with that? Okay, that's different. Don't worry, girl. You got a lot of time to catch up. Look, what you trying to make big leaves like the girls behind you? You got a lot to work on. Holy shit, look. Oh shit. That's weird, right? Huh. Yeah, yeah, I'm about to give them all their tags. All right, y'all. Be safe. Thank you for punching in. Hasta luego.